HR Link is in Milan today for the European HR Director Summit. Our partner is Business International. We have the privilege of speaking with Mr. Conor Neill, teacher of leadership communication at IESE Business School. Good morning.
Good morning. Buongiorno.
Buongiorno. First of all, thank you for giving us this interview and thank you so much for your time today. I would like to ask you some questions about the theme of your speech, moving people to action, how to change the world with words. First of all, what can we do to become good communication?
To be a good communicator, there's 4 things you must do to be a great communicator. Have something to say it well, say it with intensity, and connect with the audience. Have something to say. The best speakers talk about their own lives, what they've seen, what they've lived, what they miss, what they enjoy. So to have something to say, live a big life, experience a lot of things. To say it well, the second part, say it well, say it often. What I've recommended in my talk, switch on the webcam, get your phone out, make videos of yourself and share your stories. Talk about what makes success in your company. Why should someone join? What are you looking for? What makes it an environment in which you can do your best work? And just day after day, switch on the camera, record yourself, and get daily better at saying it well. So say it well, say it often. Seek opportunities to speak. The third, intensity. The energy you put into your words, looking like you care. When a speaker looks like they deeply care about what they're talking about, it engages the audience. So with intensity, put emotion, put feeling, really look to make sure that you're connecting with the audience. And this fourth element, the connection with the audience. When I teach in IESE Business School, one of the things we teach is point X. Always start with point X. Point X is what you want the audience to do when you have finished speaking. And we work very hard to make sure you are serving the audience. Your speech leads to a change that improves the quality of their life. And for that, you need to know what is their life, what's missing, what are they looking for. So a great communicator to connect understands what would improve the quality of life for each of the people in their audience.
It seems very easy, but I don't think it's so. Which are the characteristics of a good communicator?
A good communicator. I think that there's really a couple of things that I would recommend. One is there is no genetic basis that means some people are born good and others are not. Good communication is a choice, but it's a choice like playing a musical instrument. Now, in my family, we grew up in Ireland and all of us learnt instruments. The rule was you pick an instrument. I play piano, my brother plays guitar, another brother plays the saxophone. But one of my brothers chose the guitar. He went to lessons, and when he came home, the other brother said, "What did he teach you?" and practiced all week. The brother that went to lessons can't play the guitar. The brother that stole the wisdom from the lessons and practiced all week, he can play the guitar and can go and earn money on the street playing on Grafton Street in Dublin. It's practice that makes you a great communicator. Nothing about what I can do as a teacher, nothing about what you can read in an article or in a book is going to make a blind bit of difference if you are not going to practice. And the best way of practicing is, again, switch on a video and share things. Copy people who speak well. Tell stories that you've heard. Get hours of practice in speaking clearly, in repeating others. But the webcam, to me, is the single biggest tool in ensuring that each year you are getting better and better at communicating.
You talked about the shine in the eyes of the employee. How can we preserve this light?
So the shining eyes I've stolen from an orchestra conductor called Benjamin Zander. And it's worth searching for his TED talk, so TED conference, Benjamin Zander. He's an orchestra conductor and he talks about shining eyes, how to have shining eyes in the orchestra. But for him, success of a concert is when he looks out and he sees shining eyes in the audience. And his whole search as a conductor is, what does a conductor and what do the players, the instruments need to do to convey a thing that creates shining eyes in the audience. And I think the first is you need to be fully alive. If you as a communicator are not fully alive, are not taking some risks in your life, are not learning in an area of your life, are not dealing with the little problems that you face in your life, improving each element of your life, if you have shining eyes, you are infectious. If you walk down a corridor with a smile, people will smile back. It's the same as when you yawn, there's a reaction that all those that watch you yawn will yawn back. So shining eyes, you infect people by first having your own eyes shining. And that begins by loving yourself, by taking care of yourself, by finding a way of saying no to things that are not aligned with what is important to you. And every person can begin to create day by day a life that's more in tune with the way and the conditions where they can be truly excellent.
Which is the difference from heaven and hell in the organization?
So I talked about heaven being a place where we serve others first, and hell being a place where you look to serve yourself first. And that any family can be hell, any team can be hell. And the question of a leader, the question of any great communicator, the deepest question is, how do I create the conditions in this team, in this family, to take away hell and create a place that feels like heaven? And the challenge is everywhere it will be different. Sometimes companies call me and say, Conor, you're an expert in communication. We'd like you to prepare a script for our salespeople. And my answer is, do you sell to machines? And if the answer is no, you sell to human beings. Every human being is different. Every human being has come from a different past, is looking for a different thing. The recipe to take each individual human being from a feeling of victim, a feeling of wait, I'm waiting for me first, to a position of I'll trust first. I'll give before I ask, is individual to that person. But it requires sitting down with them and asking them, how are you? What's working? What's not working? What would you change? And continually showing an interest in them. And if you continually show an interest in people and care what they say, they will start to have shine in their eyes. And certainly the ones that showed up today with a shine in their eyes, joining a new project, looking for a change and joining your company as a new start to a bigger part of their life, you will keep that shine alive.
We need much more humanity.
Humanity is a dangerously big word. There's a wonderful phrase by Mother Teresa of Calcutta. She said, if we all kept our doorstep clean, all the world would be clean. There's too many people trying to change the neighbor's doorway, trying to change another city or another country's doorway. The role of each of us is to keep our doorstep clean. In your meetings, if there isn't an agenda, create one. If something needs to be done, what can you do without waiting for permission from anyone? Do that, and then look to get permission from someone else. But start with what you can do. Keep your doorstep clean first.